All right, everybody. How are y'all doing? We're
Doing
getting ready to
good.
start this going right now.
Doing good. Doing good.
All right. Bill.
See, I'm not seeing Bill Nelson popping up at all. I see Gary Bell at 221, but I don't see anybody else. Live
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. Bear with us. We got a couple things going on at the same time. So 7:07 is the new time.
I want to run upstairs, guy. I want to grab something really quick, so I'll be right back. I'm going to leave these
Yeah, go
here, so I'll
ahead.
be right back.
All right, everybody. We've got a good show for you tonight. We've got who put 250? Whoever put 250, you got to go put the bid in on Mid States Collectors Club or MSCC Marketplace. All right. All right. 7:07 p.m. Central Standard Time is the new time. Bill Nelson is at 225. So whoever bid 250, you have to go to the marketplace to put that bid in. So let me get back over. Yeah, we kind of got a couple things going on at the same time. So bear with us. Derek or one of the other admins, if you can just kind of keep an eye on this real quick.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Bill, you're still at 225 till 7:07. 3 minutes left. All right. Hey, Justin. If you want to place a bid, MSCC Marketplace, 225 is the current bid. So till 7:07. All right. And we got Chris Rappe on tonight. We're going to talk some NFTs. We're going to talk some club stuff. As always, I promise. I apologize about the kind of we're all over the place right now, but we'll get us straightened out.
No, we won't. This is the way we roll, man. It's always chaotic and it's always last minute. And, I had audio issues. I mean, it wouldn't be a live show without having some kind of audio issues or camera issues or internet issues. So we're doing all right, man. This is par for the course. So
yeah, I know, right?
what's up, Jaden? How you doing?
Oh yeah, let's talk about next week because next week we've got Lincoln.
I guess I better start pricing some stuff.
230. Okay, so now it's 250, and
I'm not seeing any of that. Last post I see was you saying,
no,
"Oh wait,
it's
no."
I'm trying to get to it.
Oh, see, now I have Gary at 230.
Yeah, and Nelson went to 250.
See, and I don't see his.
It's there. He sent me a screenshot from text message.
Weird. I wonder why I'm not seeing it.
We're doing all right. That's just part of the course. There we go. Next week we've got one Gary at 230. Yeah, and Nelson. Come on, get up there.
Oh, Gary Bell at 225 or 255. I see now.
255.
Yeah.
And that was
live and
275, and it's.
What's up, Super Mike? What's up, Miss Charity? How are you doing? Things are going crazy right now.
7:11 is the new time. So, all right, let's get into it. We got Lincoln next weekend down at the bingo hall. Yep, down in Lincoln at the bingo hall. Mr. Brad is doing his show. Should be good turnout with it. Post Mother's Day, pre-Memorial Day, good weekend to have that. Brad always hosts a good show along with Doug and his crew. So if you have a chance, come on out. Superior Bingo Hall, 56th and Superior Streets in Lincoln. Or go
Gary's at 280 now.
280. Jeez. All right, so we're.
It's a sweet truck though, so I can understand why. And you get the truck, you get the sticker, and you get the e-sheet. So that's you
signed,
get the
autographed,
and signed autograph. Mr. Stangler signed that one for us. Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, 280.
You should turn down your audio on your computer there, so we're not getting massive feedback.
Is it?
A little bit. It's a little angry.
I turned down the computer, so
there we go. I can't hear it anymore, so we're good now.
Okay, that's probably what it is. All right, let's get into it. 712 300. Jeez.
Okay, so next time we're going to do this at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Lessons learned. All right, let's bring Chris on.
All right.
And without further delay, Mr.
What's up, Ed?
Mr. Chris Rappe. Hey, Chris, thanks for coming on tonight. And thank you for putting up with our craziness as we are going through this. Welcome to Mid-States Live. This is your first time on the show, correct?
Yes, it is. My first time.
All right. Well,
welcome to the chaos.
Yeah. So Chris is from the All Iowa Club. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
Oh, you didn't tell me you were going to do that.
Welcome.
So I started collecting in 1999. So it's been a lot of years. Been through a lot of different just flavors of Hot Wheels, and just been collecting and never stopped after all these years.
Sounds like a good time.
Now, what is your specialty, or what do you like to collect the most? Are you a red line guy, a Blackwall guy?
So I was a red line guy, but I changed. I'm a Blackwaller. I love the Blackwalls. Don't buy too many new cars.
It's a lot cheaper that way if you stay away from the new stuff. I've figured that out pretty fast. That it's just a lot cheaper to stay away from the new stuff.
Well, sometimes the prices are more stable too on the Blackwalls. They're what they are. They're not so volatile like new cars are.
Yeah, that is true. The market is kind of defined for those. But the other thing on it is that the market is a little more bit niche too. You can go real rider, you could go crack ups, you could go flip outs, and a few other things that I'm probably missing as well.
Oh, you figure steering rigs.
I also one of my things I really like when a car was a dollar car on the pegs. So like premium cars or RLC cars aren't really my focus because they weren't a dollar car on the pegs.
I hear you on that one. I do like I picked up the 95 Bug for 68 cents. It's just one of those things. When you can find...
Right. It was a dollar car.
It was 68 cents at that time. In 95, they were only 68 cents. So they hadn't hit $1 yet.
Right.
So what's your favorite casting that you collect?
I'm probably the Dixie Challenger collector in the world.
There we go.
All right. See, I didn't know that.
Now, to me, I only know of 4 major ones to collect. Obviously, the 2 orange ones, with and without the hood or roof flag, the Leo, and the chrome one. Is there any other ones that are significant?
So I have like 21 different blister packs.
Okay.
So those drive you crazy. And then there's a Mexican one, and there's an orange Leo that people don't know about. They're different. They're really different.
Yeah, cool. The Leos tend to sneak up on you pretty quick, I've noticed. Because I knew at one point I knew of 3, and I have 6 now. So,
so I believe like the orange Leo I think is more rare than the blue one.
But the blue one's the one,
right? Because it's so different.
Okay, that's the one that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yes.
The blue one, the blue one is very, very nice. I do like that blue one. I've never had a chance to see one in person, but I have seen pictures of it. All right, sweet. Sounds like a plan.
Are you a Camaro guy? Because I know most of the Iowa group they're huge Camaro guys and Hotbirds and Trans Ams.
So I also collect the Hotbird and Camaros.
Okay. What's your favorite Camaro out of all of them from the Blackwell era?
The Chrome Heavy Chevy from 1974. Yeah, is awesome. Okay. I love that one.
Now, does that piece, is it come in Redline and in Blackwell as well as that? Is it got some transitional stuff going on?
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm not super familiar with some of these, so that's kind of why I'm asking.
Correct.
If it's one of those. There's
so
a lot of those cars.
It really helps to be doing it for 25 years, because I've learned so much and always studying and know, cars from the beginning. But then I break off on the new cars. I kind of fall off on those.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see.
So 301.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Well, we can let every one of our other teams in. But so how long have you been, obviously from what I can see in the background, you kind of looks like you're into NFTs a little bit.
That's correct. Yes.
I have one here.
I got one. I got a lead on another one.
I thought you'd ask. I have 17.
Wow.
Now, are they 17 different ones, or are there multiples of some of these?
17 different ones. Well, then I have I have a lot of Firebird ones.
Nice.
Good.
I had a lead on a Firebird, and then the post disappeared. I kind of wondered if it was a little sketch.
I think that was a scam.
I think I know which one we're all talking about here. It was like $40, and I was like that's a heck of a deal.
And then 3 people jumped on it right away, and then when they said, "Help, PM me," and then it disappeared. So I think everybody kind of caught on to it.
Yeah,
right.
So, what's your allure, or what's your grab? What drew you into the NFTs?
So I think I was like most other people. When you first heard it, you were like, why would I want to collect this virtual car that I don't have? And then that's what I heard. And there was one weekend and I started looking into it, and I realized that you could get a physical car that was a part of it. And it was really hard to figure it out. It was really hard, but I worked with Caven Johnson. You know him?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I'm a tech guy. I like tech, but I'm getting older, and it was really complicated. And I spent the weekend in between questions with Calvin and Caven, and getting in there, and I was able to go in and buy some of the first NFTs.
Okay. Now, the process is different now than when it first started, and you mentioned that it was complicated. Can you tell us about how the original process worked to buy them?
So one of the things, I came in a little late. I never bought the packs in the beginning, and so the people had already opened them, and they were on the atomic market, it's called. So series 1, 2, and 3 are on the atomic market. Then Mattel decided to move everything over to the Mattel collection or Mattel market. And that's series 4 and 5 are on the Mattel market.
So now can you go to that other one and possibly still pick up the first 1, 2, 3, or?
You can buy the NFTs, but you can't redeem any series 1, 2, and 3. The redeem's already done.
Whoa, we lost everyone there. Just had Kent there for a second. Well, don't do that again. So, now when you, because like when I found out, because I'm looking into I'd like to get the GMC panel and the Silverado and possibly that Firebird or the Hotbird as well. I noticed that like everything doesn't have like a dollar amount. It's from what I've been looking into. It's called flows or flow or something like that.
Yes. So flow is cryptocurrency. And before on the atomic market, you had to purchase with wax. And then so you're like, why are they doing this crypto thing? Well, part of the thing about the NFTs is it's an international. Did you drop off?
No,
No.
Okay.
He's just showing
I'm
off the
showing
page.
your page.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get into that as well.
So crypto is used internationally. So people are able to trade and sell and buy throughout the whole world. And an example, because when you don't do that, then there's, everybody has all these different dollars and throughout the world. So it makes a kind of a common place for everybody to use crypto.
Okay, that makes sense. Because then it's more of an even denomination versus US dollars and euros and everything else. So
right. So like an
makes
example
sense.
is the RLC club, is typically domestic only.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gotcha. So why do you think, if or want to speculate, why do you think Mattel changed it from the wax to how they're doing it now?
My guess, it would be money. It was maybe costing them money in the transactions, or they're wanting to make money on the transactions. Okay. So when the wax, when you convert wax and buy it, they were taking a little bit of money. And so probably with the flow and whatever, I bet Mattel's making some money from it.
I could see that.
Yeah, and the conversions and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's their own platform.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice. So do you own all of the physical ones yet, or is there one you're missing?
No, I didn't get all the physicals because some of them got very desirable castings.
I hear you.
So we have a question, and that question is, what does NFT stand for?
It's kind of a weird word, a non-fungible token.
Okay.
And it's what it is. It's just like a digital holder for that NFT, and then they mint a certain number of each car, for instance. And so one of the things is they're controlling it. I don't know if everybody's bought packs, but when you buy the packs and you open it, did you notice it was like taking a while to what's going on? I opened this pack and then it was taking a while to it was churning, and
Wheel of Death was rather strong that day.
It looks like that, but what it's doing is the computer is assigning all of these NFTs to the people. It's kind of like a legal way, the FTC, of controlling the NFTs to make sure you're not minting more than you're saying. And then when you trade, for instance, you two trade between each other, there's a transaction that's created between the two of you.
Okay, makes sense.
So it's like regulations almost.
Yes, it's kind of like regulations on it. And it's all the history's kept too, so they can see like how much the transactions were, how many transactions they were, and then also then it knows when it's redemption time and you get the token, it knows we'll give that person the token because they are the owner of the NFT.
Okay.
Now
so we've got. Oh, go ahead, Brent.
Is there an actual physical token that you get, or is it just like you get a token kind of thing and you get to buy or you get to do the car? How does that process work?
So there's certain NFTs that when you go inside of it, you can actually read, it tells you about it. It'll say on this date, you will receive a token. that you can redeem for a car.
Okay.
So beforehand, though, you could trade that NFT. So, for instance, on Series 5 right now, you know, there's the GMC. You can, but it's only NFT at this time. And I could trade that to you. And when I trade it to you on the redemption day, a token will be in your wallet for the GMC.
Okay, so like right now on another screen, I have pulled up because I was able to get the McLaren F1, and it says it gives the mint number, rarity, token ID, edition size, and then it goes appearance, release date, and then it has the property of Series 5, the mini collection, the make, model, things like that, the designer. Then at the bottom there it says redemption date August 24th of 23. So I will get like an email saying that here's your token for that car, and then I redeem it, or
you just will look one day, you'll go look on that day and you'll have a token in your wallet.
Okay.
Now that's your virtual wallet that's on your phone?
That's correct.
Or is that on your phone? Okay.
Now, because like mine is on everything I have for NFTs is on my Mattel Creations on the so it'll be in there, or
you'll see it. It'll show up as a token eventually.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so we've got a couple questions here. Brian Barron wants to know, he calls you James for some reason. Did you have a favorite? I'm sure there's a story about that.
I like the Camaro. The orange Camaro is pretty nice.
Okay.
So, a backstory on a lot of this too. So one of the things when you've been collecting a long time, you start to learn about Hot Wheels and whatever. And a great example is when the RLC had the 55 gasser. You could buy all three of the cars, the red, the blue, and the black. Okay. But you guys might not know it took 2 years to get those cars.
I know. I only got the red one, and it still took 2 years. So
So people, they're really impatient. They don't like to send in for a promotion. They don't like to wait 2 years and whatever. But for some reason, when those cars come out physical, you get it. It seems like they kind of go crazy.
Yeah.
So the NFTs, you'd have these NFTs and it takes I have to wait for the redemption. And then I have to redeem it. And then I have to wait to have them send it to me.
And then you got to hope the FedEx guy doesn't smash it on the front porch.
Right. So it takes months and months. The first time, it took 6 months probably to get these.
I'm still waiting on a DeLorean.
Right. So I was sitting there speculating. I'm speculating, and I'm like, maybe people will really want these down the road. And the first series of that were very limited. There was only 400 bone shakers.
Okay, so that brings me. We'll answer Lincoln's question first. He wants to know, where do you see the value of these cars going in the future? What he's saying is his guys are buying and holding them for right now.
I'm actually holding them, especially because I think people are going to want to go back and get some of the first series that are extremely limited. So back to one of the things about mints, say like the Bone Shaker, they minted 400, but only like 375 tokens were redeemed.
So that means that, are they still redeemable, or did those people just lose out?
Those people lost out. So maybe there's 25 Bone Shakers out there.
Wow.
See, and that's one of the things I kept running across too.
So are they going to wind up like in the vending machine at Nationals, or?
That would be nuts.
You store them away till the 75th anniversary, and then you start seeing them pop out at the charity auctions or something like they did for the 50th. But that was my question: is if not all of the cars are redeemed, what happens to them? And for right now, it sounds like nobody knows.
I haven't heard anything. Yeah, what do the extra ones? Because like some of the people had problems, and they sent a car in that was wrecked, and they got a good one. So did Mattel make some extra ones?
You never know.
I've never heard of anyone getting a damaged product from Mattel and being able to switch it out for a good one.
Well, that also goes into what you were saying about not all the cars getting redeemed, so they might have some on hand.
This is true.
But who knows? Jesse Smith asks, is there a guaranteed redeemable car in every order, or you risk buying just an internet picture?
So when you buy the packs, it's gambling. It's definitely gambling. And so I guess I'm a statistician. I like watching the statistics and just everything. And from what I've learned, that it helps to maybe buy a few packs. Both times when I did buy packs, I bought 16 packs.
Whoa.
And I did pretty good. But some people bought 4 or 1, and your chances of getting nothing is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
We got lucky then.
Well, and see, with the last Series 5 run, I bought 5 packs, and I got 28 cars, or 28 NFT cars, but I only got 1 redeemable one. And
right.
I honestly, I kind of wish that I was able to redeem some of these other ones that I think look way better than the McLaren. So, I just wish there was a way you could make. I mean, you could have someone custom make the actual non versions, but.
Oh, I'm sure that's already happening.
Yes, that has happened. Yes.
So my next thing is do the actual NFTs, the non-physical cards, do they have any value in them? Can you trade? Obviously, you've mentioned trade, but can you sell them?
Yes, you can sell and trade the non-physical NFTs. And so like Caven and I were talking about it way back because I didn't know what was going on. Like, what are all these worthless ones for? Why would you want to collect those? Mm-hmm. So then it started coming out. If you collect all of the NFTs in the series, you can get a token or a Silverado.
Oh, that's that purple and white one then.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the things they did,
gotcha.
So there's a non-physical NFT in every series called a showplace. And showroom, a showroom. And they only made, like the first series, there's only 250 showrooms.
Wow.
So you can only complete 250 sets in series 1, or I think series 2, all of the series have 1 showroom, or 250 showrooms.
Wow. How many cards?
That limits the complete sets that can be made.
How many cards are in a series?
About 55 or 56 or so.
Wow. Okay, now I understand why you bought 16 sets. 16 packs.
So you can buy, you can buy a lot of the worthless ones for 25 cents or a dime or a nickel. But then the showroom is now $800 and $1,000.
Yeah, it's just like any other physical series. You've got a series of 5. You got the one car that everybody's after that drives the market up, and then you can go like get the other 3 for cost or less if you do it right.
So one of the things was back in the beginning with Series 1, we didn't really know what was going on because like a showroom was only like $200, but it was $200 that am I going to get anything with this $200 car? Mm-hmm. You didn't know. It was all new.
Well, it's kind of like the vintage racing 510. from the BRE one. Oh yeah. I hear stories Brian Klein, drilling 10, 20 of them for the wheels, and now, look at that car's like through the roof. So it's interesting how that's played out. Both, it's the same game, just in a different field, it seems like. Okay, again, Lincoln's got another question for you. He goes, since the Camaro was your favorite for Series 1, what are your other favorites from the other series?
The Firebird in Series 3 is pretty nice.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that blue one, it's really, really nice.
They're pretty sharp. So one of the things, so there are rares and then super rares.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the rares have been actually pretty popular. So the card is foil. It's different than you're used to. It looks, the car is Spectraflame, like you're used to seeing on an RLC, but the card is a foil, much like a foil football or baseball card.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, are they going to make physical cards of the non-physical cars?
I haven't ever heard that.
Okay. Just something that...
So, and then the treasure hunts, the super rares are like gold foil. So they're really shiny. When you see them in person, they're really awesome. The card is fantastic.
Because I happen to have one of, this is the only one that I have like for my personal here, and I got it at Nationals, and it said it had a broken blister and it was $40, and it would be the Astro Rat,
right?
And when I bought it, and I asked him, I said, well, how bad is it? How bad's the blister? And because I was just going to rip it open, and then he showed me that there is literally, I don't know if you can even see it, there's like a hairline crack. And he's like, yeah, it's $40. And I was like, well, okay, well, I'll buy it for $40 because I like this casting. So
they didn't make very many of those, maybe 750 of those, and probably 250 of them broke.
Okay.
So sometimes like the S2000 Honda, a lot of those were broke also. So, when they only make 1,200 of them and 500 of them were broken.
I do like how it's got the Hot Wheels is kind of a chrome look to it.
Yes.
And then the car itself it's like superimposed onto the card. If I can get it to work here.
It's almost like a 3D.
Yeah, and then it's got a different background to it. So it's like a multi-level card, which is kind of neat. But the back, I mean, come on, that's the best they could do for the backs of these things.
Yeah, they kind of dropped off there, didn't they?
It's like amazing, and then it's here, have a card. I was kind of disappointed by the back. But it does look really cool, though. I do like it, and I'm glad I have this one at least, and I'm glad I have the McLaren on the way, because this is something that you can hang up on the wall, and people will be like, okay, what is that? Because that doesn't look anything like the rest of it. Oh, it's broken in the front, too. Man, I should just rip this thing.
I give you.
Well, wait till I'll bring a treasure hunt to the show. Wait till you see a treasure hunt in person.
All right.
So Derek is wanting to know, how much do the physical cars go for if you were to buy them aftermarket? And he says he apologizes if that's already been answered.
So one of the things with the NFTs, you can go into the NFT. For instance, I was watching the Gasser and the Bone Shaker back in the day. Okay, you could actually see a like the stock market. You could see a line of the price, and so 55 Gassers were $400, and that's when I bought mine. I'm like, I'm going to take a chance and buy one of these, and then they kind of went up and up and up. To about $800, the NFT was. That was the highest it went.
I was going to say, when we were at Nationals, a guy had 4 of them, and he was somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200. He would go down to 1,000, but nothing less than that. And
right.
It had to be cash.
And it had to be cash.
So I try and tell people, their cars, the cars that are NFTs that are going to be physical, it seems they're always less on the markets than when they come out. You know, if you're going to wait, I'm going to wait for them to come out, you're going to probably pay more for it.
Okay. So
That
what you're
makes sense.
saying is the fact that I want the GMC and the Silverado, I should probably, or not the Silverado, but the, what was the other one? Oh, the GMC was the one, main one I wanted from, the GMC was the one I wanted from 5.
They're like $80 right now.
Well, that's not bad. I just need to figure
But
out
they went
how
up
to
to
buy one.
100, and then they went
But-
down to 80.
See, and I
But
don't really,
that's-
I don't even know how to buy them. So
But that's the physical car, or is that
no,
a
you're still playing with the,
NFT?
you're still playing with the packs right now because
Yes,
they haven't
the
been
NFT.
redeemable yet. Yeah,
That's
you're
correct.
still,
You're-
yeah.
But
You're going to buy the NFT.
but that's not going to become a physical car.
Yes, it will.
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's a sweet,
In
sweet,
August.
sweet car. Well, gives me birthday goals.
So back to one little thing about you were talking about, you know, when you get the whole series,
Mm-hmm.
then you get a Silverado. So there's people, they said they got multiple sets. Okay. But now there's also a thing called a master set. If you get all of series 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're going to get something.
Nice.
Nobody knows what it is though.
Oh
But-
my lantas!
Can you imagine how much money? Right now it costs maybe $1,500 to get a whole series.
So now, okay, so I'm playing around here and I'm in the Mattel collectible digital marketplace. Have you been playing around in there at all?
So virtual, it's www.virtualmattel.com.
Yep, that's where I'm at right now.
That's where you trade, yes.
So how do you just like how do you buy, say, a GMC?
So I have not done that yet on Mattel's site, but you have to buy some flow. I know
Okay,
a
so
little bit.
So
I
you
know
have
a
to
little
actually you have to get into it. You can't just use your credit card and make it
So
work that
don't
way.
use your credit card. Use your debit card.
Well, that's okay. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So one of the things that helps with the speed is to use your debit card because you're going to use international transaction to buy the flow.
Okay. So where do you buy flow at?
I'm unsure. I haven't done it yet. So one of the things, that's where you're at, Brett. Those are all of the, it's actually a Chevy. It's not a GMC. It's a 55 Chevy panel.
Yeah.
Okay. You can sort that by the lowest one. And if you pick that, you can find the lowest price one at this time.
Yeah. See, and for some reason, I'm only getting Series 4. I'm not getting any 5s. Well, there's a 5. No, that's the Hyura. Yeah. See, all I'm getting is Cadillacs, which I want one of those too, but they're getting a little bit higher up there.
So there's a filter inside of there where you can go type in 55 panel for Series 5.
Here's some of the Series 5 cars right now. And I've got it set to high to low right now. So there you go. There's your Porsches and
Right.
whatnot.
So if you click one of those, in there, it'll show you how much the transactions have been going for at the bottom.
Okay, here we go. Series 5.
Oh, I got to log in. Oh, let's see.
As he gives everyone on the internet his password.
I know. I'm like, nah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, don't
So
do
like
that.
I said, you can make a hobby and you can kind of watch it all the time. So for instance, the S2000 was like $120 and I was like, oh, I don't know if it's going to go much higher than that. And that one just kept going up and up and up. And now they're like $600.
Yeah.
And I could have bought 20 of them for $120.
Yeah. See, and that was the thing is like, I really wanted the GMC panel and I didn't get it. I got and that's the thing of all of the Series 5 that were redeemable, the McLaren was the only one that I did absolutely not want. So of course the Hot Wheel gods were like, have a McLaren. So, because that's just unfortunately my luck. I'm not a I used to enjoy the McLarens when it came out, and then when I was chasing down the last in the ID line to get the Sienna, it just burned me. And then we ended up buying a collection that had a ton of McLarens in it, and that just burned me some more. And it's to the point now where it's like I see a McLaren and I'm just like, I don't want it. So
you could put it on the marketplace if you wanted to, and sell it, and then go buy your 55 panel you want.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to call Caven and figure out how to do that, because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how the whole process works, and I don't want to just screw up.
Okay, so I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger for everybody to see. So I actually logged in and I clicked on the Porsche, and it says the price was 100,000 flow, which translates out to $75,234.57.
No, something's not right there.
No, see, like right here, I clicked on a McLaren and it's 120 flow for $90.
You'll see, for some reason, I don't know if they're just trying to fish for people, but there'll be really, really expensive ones out there for sale for some reason.
I think it's money laundering.
Oh, yeah. That's could be a possibility.
Because like here's one that's 678 flows for $510.
But they don't sell though. They don't sell them though, Brent.
No.
Because the history is kept at the bottom of the NFT in there. It'll show you all the transactions.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to show another one here.
So that's going to be a hot car when it comes out.
Which one, the GMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really Chevy. I really, really like the design on it, the artwork, the deco. It looks really, really cool. And I really kind of want to get one. I just need to figure, because Caven was supposed to call me like 2-3 weeks ago, and he keeps forgetting to call me. And of course, I've been busy, and I keep forgetting to call him. So I'll have to.
So one of the things too, with each series, they've been increasing the number of cars that they make for physical. So like I said in the beginning, there was only 400 treasure hunts and like 750 rares, and then the next time there was 1,200 treasure hunts.
That's crazy.
But they're still pretty low production.
Yeah.
So do you think by increasing the numbers, they're hoping for more people to join in and start participating, or what do you think, or can you speculate as to why maybe those numbers are going up?
It's easier to make more. The low production, Mattel ran into problems with the RLC when they had really low productions. That even 3,000 isn't very many for them.
Yeah.
They want to make 20,000.
Yeah, because you can print more money that way.
I mean, it makes sense considering what I've been told about convention cars, that the more, they obviously want more to be done with it. So, yes. Very, very interesting. While we're at it, I also wanted to share with everybody your page, because you've put out a lot of really good information over the course of this. So I wanted to give that a shout out to folks and encourage them to go visit and join the page as well. So why did you create your Hot Wheels NFT page?
Because I wanted to share with the local collectors here. I'm like, go out here and learn this, do this, so you can get these cars, and you can get them cheaper too, instead of waiting for them to be on eBay and whatever. But I did get a lot of flack about it. I don't want it. I'll just wait.
I think this is really kind of changing the game on how people collect. And I'll be honest, I was one of those that was like, yeah, we'll wait and see. And now it also helps that the first time I went out and I spent money on it, I was like, oh, I'm getting a physical car. I think if I had not gotten a physical car, that would have changed my perspective on it. But there again, I mean, that Silverado is pretty nice. I think that's probably one of the better versions of it out there.
Yeah, see, and I'd like to get one of those too, but I don't. It's just one of those things where, and again, the Corvette, absolutely stunning. That thing is on all levels. That's the one thing I do like about the NFTs is they are putting. They're kind of. I think they're better than the decos that they put on the supers. I mean, they're more intricate. There's more small details. The lettering on the wheels. There's a lot more to them.
More realistic is kind of what I got out of it. And then there's your Camaro that you were talking about earlier. I mean, there's lots of good information for this on this page.
Mm-hmm.
People.
So I bought that for like $100. I bought that for $100.
And what are we looking at there? Oh,
an ouch.
Yeah.
You were talking about that. You'd gotten that from somewhere else.
So there's actually there's a Facebook group called the NFT Garage. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot bigger and a lot more chaotic. I think it's kind of scammy out there and stuff. It's a bit much. And then so it seems like our group here is more like it's our kind of Midwest group, the Hot Wheels NFT.
Okay. So here's another example where you were talking about where you could actually see the trends and the spikes and the down and the ups and downs. I think this is a really, really good illustration of what you were trying to talk about, where it says $100 is worth, was that 2 million wax or again, I don't know how old this was. This is over about a year ago, I suppose,
but it's showing the beginning when it came out and then it started to go up. And then as people maybe got bored with it or whatever, it went down and down and down. And then as the redemption day came up, it went up. And then after the redemption day, it dropped to almost nothing.
Now, which car is this that we're looking at right now? Is that I think that's the Firebird.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a Firebird. Yeah.
Now this is the S2000.
So you can't predict that, or you just you got to guess,
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
But it went up.
It makes more sense about what you were saying about the stock market.
That's crazy.
And how that plays into it. But wow, that's insane. Oh, here's a good picture of the gasser. Honestly, the Corvette and the 55 panel look better to me than the gasser. But again, that's just kind of like
I don't know. I think that gasser looks pretty sweet.
The gasser's pretty nice in your hand. It's pretty nice.
Roger Dodger.
Probably true about everything. Now there's this Corvette there. That Firebird is sweet.
Yeah, I like that one.
Sweet.
I like that blue on that one.
And then we're back to there. Guys,
you didn't show the bone shaker.
Oh,
show the bone shaker. There we go.
There's the bone shaker.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between because that one has the gold card art. So is that considered a treasure hunt, or is that just what Series 1?
That's the treasure hunt.
Okay.
That's a treasure hunt. Yeah.
So what's the treasure hunt for Series 5 then?
The Porsche GT3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that was $75,000.
Okay,
so those are going for like $500 and $600 right now.
Wow.
The NFT is so that is the physical going to be go for more?
Or is it going to tank and go for super less? It's just one of those things where all Hot Wheels, it doesn't matter what it is, they all have, they sold for for $1. We'll use the dollar market here, and then but some cars are worth $200 or $300 for some reason because that's what someone's willing to pay for it. So when it comes to the NFTs, obviously they're a lot harder to get a hold of because you have to have the knowledge to do it, or have someone go, hey, this is what you do, and you go in and do that. But then, with only getting so many of them out there, because I think there was 5,000 for the McLaren, there's only 5,000 of this car. And as we all know, there's way more supers than that. Plain and simple. There's just more. So in my opinion, I think they're going to go up, and it doesn't, I mean, even, a plainer Jane one like this, I could see having some decent value in the future just because it's a limited edition car.
So let me ask you this question, Chris. Do you see this as a eventual replacement for the current RLC as we know it?
I do see it as that, because what they can do is have like 60,000 packets or whatever and sell more packets, and then people are, getting more of a chance to get something or not get something. At least you're getting a little something with the NFTs. But it also helps with international transactions too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say we 3, 4, 5 years down the road, we get to this point where this does come out and it is the replacement for the RLC. Will there be a way to manipulate this to where, kind of, I hate to use it, but I'm going to use the word bots, of kind of manipulated their way into the RLC sales and kind of corrupted things? Do you see anything out there right now that could do that? Or
there's people that bought hundreds of packs.
It's just, that's the thing, is they're being sold on Mattel Creations. So you can still use all of that technology that you've had for an RLC sale to get you hundreds and hundreds of packs. As long as you can afford it, you can buy anything you want, and sure, it's not fair to the rest of the people, but technically, if you're following their guidelines, they're not breaking any laws or any rules, so to speak. You could have a guy that has, 5 accounts registered at 15 houses, and he's able to buy, 20 packs a piece. He's going to spend a lot of money, but he's going to spend it the way they're telling him he can spend it. So that's my theory on it, at least. I mean, you're technically not using a bot or clicking as fast as you can. I mean, one's a heck of a lot less stressful, I can tell you that probably. But I mean, it's not like I have a bot, so, I don't have that luxury. So.
All right. So I guess the question is, does it even matter? Will it even matter?
I say no.
What do you think, Chris?
I think people are really frustrated with Mattel when you get nothing every time. It just every time. And then it makes, like, almost anybody can get a chance to get 1,000 production car versus getting, nothing, or you have to have 20,000 cars made.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to get 1,000, when there's 1,000 of them.
Okay. Like the way they dropped the RLC. See, and I didn't, because I didn't understand that you had to buy another car in order to get something, which is kind of
genius.
I was thinking
clean up.
See, I was thinking underhanded personally. I was thinking underhanded because they didn't bother to tell anybody about this. So there was no way somebody just clicked and what if I do this? And then it worked. And then instantly goes to the internet and it just blows up.
Well, they always did that.
I'm sure they watched that.
But why didn't they just, mention, hey, buy something else, see what happens, and I've been glad I went to the convention because I didn't get a Skyline, and I really wanted one to open, and unfortunately I didn't get one. But to me, it's not the end of the world. But I just didn't like the fact that they changed the rules, but they didn't tell anybody they changed the rules.
It's a great bot killer. Okay, so Ed's got a great question, and it is flow a form of cryptocurrency?
Yes, that is correct.
Where is Flow based out of? Is it U.S. or international?
Crypto is international.
But Flow, is it the company that controls Flow? Is that a U.S. or do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. If you
buy with crypto coin, the value of the car depends on the value of the crypto too.
That's correct. So crypto
question, Ed.
can go up and down, actually. So like your dollar, maybe it's 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, or and it changes a little bit.
And is that vice versa? As the value of the dollar changes, does that affect the value of? You used to say $1 bought you 2 crypto. Now, a quarter buys you, or $1 buys you, a half a Flow. Does that?
So
affect
I really
too?
didn't see that affecting it too much. I didn't see that. I
It's
didn't
more
pay much attention to it. It wasn't a big deal.
It was more the other way around. If it was going to have an effect.
Well, what would happen is, like, say if the Flow got too expensive and people weren't buying your NFT, you would have to lower the price of your NFT.
Ah, gotcha.
Makes sense.
Because you couldn't buy enough Flow then.
Got ya. Interesting. All right.
That's really cool. I learned a lot, but I want to learn more.
It's like for every question I had, there's like 3 more questions that you came up with.
Because right now I'm trying to figure out how to purchase Flow so that I can buy the GMC, and I might have to message Caven.
All right, folks. Well, that's all that we've got for tonight, unless there's any other questions. I would like to thank Chris for coming on tonight. I know it was kind of
short notice and impromptu.
Short notice a little bit. We've been talking, but you were great tonight. Lots of great information. And
okay, great.
Yeah,
thank you so much
for
coming
on.
On.
Definitely need to have you back on so we can talk more about these things, because there's a lot that I want to learn about them, and I mean, not like I need more Hot Wheels in my life, but what's a few more, right?
Well, go watch the group and keep watching it, and you'll learn all the time.
All right.
Again,
I'm on there. So
again, that's Hot Wheels NFT on Facebook. Give Chris a like and a subscribe to his page, and watch out for more great information. Thank you again, everybody, for being a part of the show. And next week we'll have something else for you. It might be another guest. It might be an open mic night. Who knows? Just pay attention. And thank you all again. And with that, we're going to cut all out. Y'all have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks again, Chris.